supposed to do? He just left. I thought he loved me and I tried so hard to do everything that he wanted, and I guess it just wasn't good enough.
Well, he wasn't that great of a boyfriend anyways, sorry, but I mean, he didn't respect you, you know?
It seems like that's happening to a lot of girls now. I think it's because he didn't respect you that he left.
If being respected means losing Ben, I don't think I care about being respected.
What does it mean to be respected as a woman anyway?
A lot of my friends at school are into love. They're into finding a boyfriend, finding really great friends, finding affection, finding someone who cares about them. Christ told his apostles, "Love one another as I have loved you." That's a lot to look up to because Christ's love was so sacrificial and so sincere. Yet this genuine love is the kind of love that we as women are searching for. Many women are looking for that kind of sacrificial and sincere love, yet rarely are people willing to live that kind of commitment. I think that it's time that we start living as Christ taught us.
I think real confidence comes from standing apart, which we're called to be chaste and modest, and I think modesty is a really hard virtue to uphold, especially in our day and age. But I think really women should come to understand that their modesty is really a true display of confidence because you're standing apart from what the norm is. Women who dress themselves and treat themselves with respect and demand respect from others, they truly have confidence in themselves to be able to go out and do things. We do have the capability and the power to affect others, especially men, because of the way that God designed us. And so if we can really manage to control ourselves and obtain our own confidence, to have respect for ourselves and demand respect from others and truly have that modesty and real confidence about us, that we can really help the world and identify our own dignity as women and be able to fulfill that vocation in our life.
Today I'd like to thank all the women in my life who have lived their vocation of purity and chastity and upheld their dignity of being the woman that God created them to be. Because as a man, it actually helps complement my soul and it helps me live out my vocation of being a man of God, a man of Christ. And through that, I can, be a protector, a defender, wanna be a hero, want to be the person, want to be the man God wants me to be.
Chivalry is a big thing that has no really longer exist. Everyone is made in the image of Christ, and therefore we need to go out and treat each person with that kind of chivalry. As this man, no matter who who that woman is, no matter the act they do, it's our responsibility to be chivalrous to them and to respect them as if Jesus is right in front of us, and also as even if Mary's in front of us.
I think one of the challenges that women and men face right now is figuring out what their roles are, because it's not that we want to say women are intellectually inferior or not capable of the same things. I mean, even Edith Stein was writing, back in her journals where women should be in the professions and be in the spheres. And this is at a time where, the Germans were emphasizing kitchen, children, church, those were the areas for women and nowhere else. And she presciently saw that it was women's feminine singularity, which we can understand as the building blocks for Pope John Paul II's feminine genius, which said that we need the presence of women in all areas, in all aspects of our culture, in all aspects of our society. And I think that women have been embraced in many of the different roles on a positive level, bringing their gifts as a woman. So their empathy, so their sensitivity, so their insights into things, so their intuitiveness, so their compassion. Pope John Paul II said, as he was promoting the canonization of St. Edith Stein, he talks about her as a bridge builder. And I think you can see her as a bridge builder on so many levels. teacher, martyr, philosopher, ecumenical, but ultimately in terms of woman, because he praised her role as someone, as a co-patroness of Europe, along with St. Catherine of Siena. Here are two strong women. Here are two women who stand really as pillars and as models of womanhood for our culture. One who will say, if you are what you should be, you will set the world on fire. And St. Edith Stein, who predicted that it would be women who would free the 20th century, who would rehumanize the 20th century.
To be an incredible unifier, bringing our families together, our workplaces together, our friends together. That's what being a woman means to me.
He calls to be loved and to love in return.
Being a mother means the world, and being a teacher is the best gift that anyone could have ever given me.
To console others in their time of need.
To value people not for what they do, but for who they are.
The dignity of women is founded in love, grows in modesty and chastity, comes from God, is nurtured through respect, and is a necessity for the survival of our society.
Wow, I never realized before how incredible the vocation is that we have as women. Totally. I mean, I'm glad that God created us girls. We have a really important mission.
Yeah, we have a dignity that comes from God, and we should never look down on ourselves.
Yeah, I have this quote from John Paul II. It's a really good quote. He says, "For in giving themselves to others each day, women fulfill their deepest vocation."